I'm guessing there's no chance we can take care of this quietly, is there? Everything can be hacked, and everyone. Initiating the hack. System hack initiated. EMP activated. I am unstoppable. Bet you didn't see that coming. Reboot and try again. Do you ever stop and just look up at the sky? I hear you can see all sorts of things. You're taking this very seriously. Guess they haven't had enough. Hack the planet. Apagando las luces. Where's the fun in playing fair? Iniciando el hackeo. That's more like it. You're just like glitching assistant. Mess with the best and die like the rest. Looks like I have time to do some research.
Well, peace be with you, everybody. Here comes your man. What's going on, guys? I'm Commander 227 here, and today I'm back at you again with part 2 of my Sombra guide, and less of a crazy introduction as requested. So without further ado, let's just get into it. I hope you enjoyed that first segment, because I kept thinking I kind of read your mind a little, guys' minds a little bit, and that, it didn't really make sense on what my, special moves were like and how different they were and how you can utilize them. Well, I just showed you guys them. And so there you go. You could basically, it's really easy to do all these, although the HLE does take a lot more time to, make it so they can go in and out of EMPing and going up and going down easily. And that freaking translocator bug is just so annoying. But yeah, let's get into and continuing on with the review. Let's go over the criteria again before I go over other things. Before I go over, good pair-ups and matchups, and whether or not you can actually climb up with Sombra and see how you can actually do it. So, starting off with the weapons. For Sombra's machine pistol, I'm gonna have to be perfectly honest, it's really, really underrated. Although it's at a further distance away, the spread is incredibly difficult to manage, without tap firing it at least. And the thing is just pretty much zero potential to kill at long range. Which is good. You don't really want Sombra to have freaking sniping capabilities with a 1200 RPM gun. So, I'm gonna have to give it a 3.5 out of 5. Oops, sorry. And what about her side gadgets, like her translocator, her invisibility cloak, and her hack ability? Very, very underrated as well. Especially after the Sombra buff went live, the second Sombra buff. If for any of us who are Sombra mains, we shall rejoice, because holy moly, Sombra is hella good right now. Especially after this one. I'm gonna have to give them a perfect... I'm gonna have to give them a 4.5 out of 5. It's not a perfect score, but it's really close. They're fantastic side gadgets, and good Sombras like me time them right, reel in the bait, and snag the fish. The only reason why I didn't actually score them perfectly is because they're very, very tricky to use perfectly. And good strategies to use these abilities come with practice. Lots of practice. So much so that even the best players of Overwatch in the world can have a hard time with it. Who's next? What's next? Not who's next. What's next? Her ultimate. Well, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. For people who still don't play Sombra and still don't like her that much, even the Sombra haters out there for supposedly how underpowered she is and supposedly sucky she is, absolutely nobody can deny that this is quite possibly one of the best ultimates in the entire game. My score, perfect 5 out of 5. Not only does it have a huge blast radius, but it's also great for just about every single situation out there, whether it be on offense or defense, stalling the rushers, going for a coordinated team wipe, or just going in with a team initiation. It's not to mention, it's actually the fastest charging ultimate in the game due to the way Sombra is designed by a huge margin. We're talking like significant difference between all the others, even compared to Ana, to Junkrat, if he can actually hit his damn grenades, to... who else has a really fast ultimate charge? I think May has a pretty fast ult charge as well. McCree. Tracer has a really quick ult charge. But yeah, even those heroes, it's pretty much charges twice as fast compared to all the others. And the fact that it can completely negate the use of some ultimates and all side abilities even while those ultimates are active, and while the ultimate lasts for 6 seconds, is just crazy. Like, the fact that you can completely negate all that potential and all that killing power, really, is just ridiculous. I cannot even describe to you how many times I've had games where it's like, okay, well, we've pretty much lost the point. I come in and just stall them with the EMP. They just flounder around like freaking clowns on a circus. They can't do nothing for like a good 8 seconds. And if I double hack a certain enemy, they can't do nothing for like 12 seconds. It's a little ridiculous. I think I actually strongly believe that her ultimate might need a slight nerf in how fast it charges, because really for some people it's the only reasons why she's deemed viable at all, which of course we now all know this is not true, but that to some people that's the way it is. Alright, now for how valuable she is. This is where she sadly scores pretty low. 2.5 out of 5 for me. Why is that low, you devious and biased butthead? Well, you got a small point there, but my sanity had to prevail. She's not a must-pick by any stretch of the definition, and that compared to other DPS heroes like Widowmaker, McCree, and Soldier 76, not only does she not do that much damage, but also her win rate is not that great. Like, sure, people like guys like Cody, Niku, and me can make her work. Like, whenever I'm coordinating with my friendly teammates and have communication, my win rate is actually above 50%, which is pretty good considering that most people can't even go above 42%. And with Cody Niku, it's like something like, I don't know, above 60, 70%. But especially after the recent Sombra buff has gone live now, I really do believe that her win rate will dramatically increase. Because she just has way too much potential to be ignored. So with the numbers crunched in, Sombra gets, in my opinion, a flat 20 out of 25, which is 80%, or B minus letter grade. To quickly summarize in one sentence for why I think you should use Sombra is this. Sombra benefits the player with excellent map knowledge, callouts, and positioning. Basically the shot caller. If you have all those under your belt and follow me through this whole review, get your buddies together, like, you know, guys who you can actually trust, you know, you can communicate with successfully, and a fairly decent team composition, you're in pretty good shape to win because you have so much potential to initiate and to stall the enemy. For good pair-ups, I really do think that really good pair-ups would be with Soldier 76, Lucio, Ana, guys that have, you know, more damage and can help sustain you for a long period of time. Because staying alive as Sombra is really, 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 really important. Because it just is. Like, the fact that if you can stay alive for a long time as Sombra, you can hack more enemies per life, you can gain more ult charge, like, you can gain way more ult charge. This is actually something that I have to work on, is staying alive as her. And, which I still do need to work on, because it's one of the main reasons why I still have a 50% win rate with her in Season 4. And, yeah, for the guys, getting another DPS hero with more damage like Soldier 76 or even McCree. McCree is actually a pretty darn good choice too. It's a really nice combo because the McCree can weaken the targets. If he gets in a bad situation, he can back out, come to your back, hacked health pack, give you ult charge, heal himself up. With Soldier 76, he does a lot more damage and has a great ultimate, but sacrifices in the fact that he has a little bit less 1v1 potential than McCree, in my opinion. So, for the tanks that really work well with Sombra, I'm definitely gonna have to give it to Winston and Reinhardt. Basically put it, for a lot of games, high-level games, most people are gonna run with Reinhardt, or even D.Va really, but more likely than not Reinhardt in higher levels. For lower levels, it's going to be D.Va or Zarya most of the time. And higher level Zaryas as well. But you know what I mean. Reinhardt, if you have a Reinhardt on your team and the enemy team has Reinhardt, guess what? You're always going to have the advantage because you can always hack Reinhardt behind him. He can't do nothing. And basically put if Reinhardt's get free ult charge by doing damage to him. And it's just a dream combination. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, maybe you guys, if you really want me to go over the strategies of how I actually found all those, you know, advanced strategies like the HLE, RAC, and all that stuff, you can put it down in the comments and I'll make a completely separate video about it. But nevertheless, I did leave a description for what it's actually good for, as you can see in the previous clip. And yeah, I'll just leave you to some of my best moments with Sombra, and just what it would look like to have her in a pretty competitive match. So, yep, hope you guys enjoyed the rest of my Sombra guide. Hopefully it will inspire you to become a Sombra main yourself. And to be quite honest with you guys, I've watched a lot of tips on how to get out of gold and stuff like that, and I'm having a really hard time. I also play Zarya, D.Va, McCree sometimes, Soldier 76 sometimes, Reinhardt, and I also play a lot of Lucio. But for some reason, even when I play solo queue in a 6 stack, I always have a hard time climbing. For any of you who's gotten out of gold, leave your advice in the comments below how to get out of gold, because trust me, it's one of the hardest things you can possibly do in any video game. I'll try some more tips with that I've gotten from Unit Lost, which is not swapping heroes, not overextending, and all that stuff. But if that doesn't work, I'll look to the comment section of this video and ask really what I'm supposed to do as, you know, to improve and get out of gold, because I really want to become the #1 Sombra in the world. Of course, it will take time, but that's my #1 thing right now. I want to become a Grandmaster player, and eventually the #1 Sombra in the world. So, I'm going to be sending this, as always, I'm actually going to be sending this to Lone Hawk, your Overwatch, Unit Lost, which I said previously, True Vanguard, and Drizzle, which is a Portuguese YouTuber who I actually got that 10%, 1% ult charge thing, that advice from. So I'm going to send that to him, and hopefully he'll improve his Sombra gameplay and go to Grandmaster because of it. I would love to see that. Definitely check out his channel. He has over 800 subscribers, I think. Like over 700, 800 subscribers. But he's a master level player. Really, really damn good Sombra. I think he's actually a lot better than Cody Niku is. Especially when it comes to, you know, how he takes his engagements with her. So if you really want to learn, go over to ANDRIZZLE's channel and Drizzle. And just give him some love, man. He is just crazy, crazy good. And when I first watched him, I was like, damn, dude, why is this guy not the #1 Sombra in the world compared to Cody Niku? Like, why? Cody Niku, all he does is just toss his translocator around back to his hacked health pack, which, by the way, don't do that ever, because that's where people expect it, and you'll just get boned. Just do not ever put your translocator on your hacked health pack. Put it somewhere near it. And yeah, just give him some love, and I will hopefully I've given him some love too, and I'm hopefully he can actually get better with these tips. So yeah, enjoy the rest of this Sombra gameplay, and I'll see you next one. Peace out, my comrades. Hoo-yah!